I think it's very important, and I think it's a reflection of your own artwork, but also your work ethic. If you're not able to collaborate with people, then it's kind of not selfish, but it's just kind of like, what are you going to be on? What am I going to have? No features even? Like,
Do your homework. Learn from everybody that's produced before, and be original.
But I think the tricky part is when the business gets involved. You know what I'm saying? Because there's could be issues with another artist when it comes to the way that they work. Like she said, the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So I think I know both sides of it. I know how it is to work with somebody talented and it can go perfectly. Like, for example, what we're doing right now, this is natural, organic. And also working with an artist, you'd be like, damn, okay, he gave me the verse. That's it. I don't want to deal with this person no more.
Y bienvenido a Nueva York de Noche. I'm your host, Bebesoundz. Don't forget to hit like, comment, subscribe. Turn on the notification porque estaremos regalando una pasola cuando lleguemos a los 2,000 suscriptores. And today's day is very special. And I'll tell you guys why it's very special. Not just I have a person that I know for a while, a great artist, came here to debut a new song with a producer, with a new artist collaboration. But I can tell you, Mando, that today's the first day I have an extra camera in the studio. Yeah. So with that being said, I want to introduce Mando El Pelado, Kai-Lani, and JC, the producer. Mando, welcome. And you guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Kema, we here,
Talk
right? We
to me,
here.
man.
We hear Bebesoundz, man.
Kema, like I said, we have a while knowing each other.
Right.
And today's a special day for me because I have new equipment and tú lo estás estrenando con tu equipo y la canción nueva. Háblame de ti, Mando. ¿Cómo has estado? Tenemos un tiempo que no nos comunicamos, pero ahora ya estamos aquí en persona.
Pero tú sabes que tú eres familia, loco.
Always.
Tú me entiendes. Bebesoundz, like we started, I think my project Es Complicado EP. We did it here con Sicario,
I remember that.
Ediel, Fellito, Bebesoundz, and the whole squad and
that.
shit. So it's dope, man, to see you again. I see you doing like the podcast, the interview, so it's very dope, and I'm supporting you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for having my team here, premiering this song, and it's a privilege, bro.
No, and with that being said, I want to get right into it. Kai-Lani, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
JC producer, welcome. Talk to me a little about you, your name.
My name, Kai-Lani. We got that. Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm from the Bronx, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this collaboration.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long you got doing music?
About 2 years now.
2 years?
2 years.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've been writing music since I was very young, but taking it seriously and more professional has been about 2 years now.
Nice. And JC the producer.
GC.
I didn't want to interrupt that, but I'm gonna let you rock.
Hay que corregirlo, hay que corregirlo.
GC the DJ, man.
Talk to me, GC.
GC the DJ, straight out of Queens. Been DJing since I was 14 years old. Started producing once I met my man Mando. I started DJing for him, and things have been going good, So far, we got this nice hit going on right now.
So he's definitely he's part of the team that we got a couple of beats going on. So we met in 2019, actually started working together. He started as my DJ, and, we developed that friendship. And now he's part of the team. He got his own, production going on. We work together with a lot of records, and the record that we're working on right now is called Up Right Now.
Talk to me about the record Up Right Now.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How did that record come about?
So let's start with GC because he's the one
Right.
that created the beat. So I kind of want to hear his thought of it.
So for me, it was simple, honestly. Once I started working with Mando, I saw the way he works and the way he's so busy and always doing this, doing that. And I kind of said to myself, I don't want to just be a DJ. I want to do more than that.
So you guys, sorry to cut you off. You guys started out as friends. You're a DJ. Was a DJ.
The way it started was that he actually did a freestyle video, and I saw it on Instagram. And I was like, yo, he's Ecuadorian. I love that. I'm Ecuadorian. You know what? Let me hit him up and show him support, show him love. Right. So surprisingly, he answered my DM and he wrote back, which I always love that about Mando. He always shows love to everybody, So that's dope for me. So he showed me love and I said, yo, listen, if I'm a DJ, if you ever need one, let me know. And he was going to do another video, basically freestyle. And he said, yo, I need a DJ. Can you pull up? And I said, you know what? Why not? And I did it. And ever since then, we kept in touch. And then finally, I kind of came back around after 2 years, maybe a year after us meeting. And then from there, we just been working. I started, just DJing for him. And then again, I said, he kind of motivated me into wanting to do more. So I started producing. And then that's when I came about this beat. This is like probably one of the first 10 beats that I made.
Talk to me about the instrumental. How did that come about? Did you hit him up with an idea, or you called Mando
So
with an idea?
the funny thing, let me start this. The funny thing is that he always has like beats like ready, right?
Okay.
So he's like, oh, listen to this, listen to that. What do you think of this? Like I picture this person in this, I picture this person in this. I'm like, okay, that's dope. So I saw this beat and it was called Missing You. Like that's the title that he put in the beat.
Okay, in his folder.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
was like, but he was like, I want like an R&B type vibe. And I'm like, I don't do R&B. But I was like, damn, I kind of like that beat, man. Like, I was like, I was like, man, let me write something to it.
But all this is we're in the studio.
No, this is just like us talking. Like, he
Okay.
just
Oh,
brought it
yo,
up to
here-
me.
here-
He brought it-
here it
yeah, he
is.
brought it like, yo, hear this type.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So then a couple of months passed and he was like, yo, I'm trying to see if I get this girl Kai-Lani in it, which, she was like that. She was part of the studio that we was going to.
Thank you for bringing that up. And now I want to pause the story real quick. How did we meet Kai-Lani?
Okay,
So that goes with
I
him.
was actually recording one of my songs called "Remember Me," and the owner of the studio that we all record at, Studio Square Recordings, he was like, "I have this really dope producer coming that I feel like you guys can like make magic, and I just want him to see. I want him to come for your session." And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And then that was it.
When I pulled up and that's the first time I met Kai-Lani, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
when
the
I
first
realized
time.
that she's an amazing
Very
talent.
very talented.
Very talented.
Very talented. I haven't gotten to you yet, but you're very
Thank you.
talented.
When he was speaking to me about it, he was like, yo, I met this girl. Like, yo, she has a dope voice. And we was going to the studio, Jason Studio Square, and he was like, yo, I got this dope girl that comes through and records here. So we always wanted to work with her, but it was never like that song that was like, okay, we're gonna all get together and work with this record, until this song came about.
So okay,
Thank
so
God.
you have an idea. Now we're gonna get back into story. This is where we met you.
Yeah.
We're
Back
building.
in the story.
We're building.
All right, so now you have an idea. You hit up the producer, JC. Hey, I have an idea. I seen this beat that you like. What can we do with it? Then you said you have this girl in mind.
So it's funny. The way that it happened, he showed me the beat and I liked it. I was like, damn, what can I do to it? The beat is really different from what I'm used to doing. Tú sabes que yo siempre hago como reggaeton,
Correcto,
techno,
sí, sí, sí.
dancehall.
Correct.
¿Tú me entiendes? So este es como un poco más R&B. So I was kind of like, damn, I don't know if I could do something to it. So he showed it, if I'm not mistaken, you showed it to Kai-Lani, right? Yeah, I showed it to Kai-Lani. And
In a studio session.
No, but that was all of us, right, in the chat together.
Yeah, but you came up with the hook first, though. Like, I think you
Oh
came
yeah,
up.
yeah. So you sent us the beat,
Yeah.
and then you guys were kind of like,
So we decided to work
Right.
together on the record. And then she's an amazing writer. So she came up and she dropped a voice note of an idea of the hook. I heard that, I was like, nah, that's it. That's it.
that was it.
So
That was it.
Once I heard that, I started writing. So then I wrote my verse. And I went to the studio. I'm like, yo, let me...
But this is happening in the course of a day, a week.
No,
and
this
forth.
this was spread out. Like this was spread out like a few, because you know what it was. Mando was already working on a few things. Kai was working on a couple things. So this went on like for a couple months, like where we were all together talking, coming
Yeah.
up with different ideas, until finally we were able to go to the studio and actually lay everything down.
Yeah, so what I did was, when that rough draft that she dropped on the chat of the hook, of the chorus, I went to the studio. And I already had my verse written. So I was like, let me record the verse and see if she likes it, and then we take it from there. So I recorded the verse and I kind of like flipped her hook in Spanish. Like I translated her hook
I
in
love
Spanish.
that. I love that. Yeah.
So I sent it to her and then she was like, count me in. It's like, we doing this.
Concrete.
we doing this. And that's how kind of like the record started, and we all started like with the chemistry and everything.
Is this your first collaboration?
No, it's not my first collaboration.
I asked that because I want to get to a question. A lot of artists, when they're getting started, trying to come up, they're scared of collaboration. How important, and I asked this question, collaborative, is to collaborate with artists? And I want to start with you.
Yeah, I think it's very important, and I think it's a reflection of your own artwork, but also your work ethic. If you're not able to collaborate with people, then it's kind of not selfish, but it's just kind of like, what are you going to be on? What am I going to have? No features even? Like, I want features on some of my songs. I mean, I love that I'm a feature on your song, but I kind of like wish that it was my song because I love it so much, So it makes
I know
me
that feeling. Yeah,
that much
definitely.
more excited to be like, okay, like I want to do something and I want to have you on my project.
Right.
You know,
And working with
No.
but also like not only was the chemistry off, but their lack of work ethic, it just made it all.
You know, and I want to break this question down because sometimes as a producer, I'm a producer myself, and sometimes I hold on to beats, and sometimes I'm scared of showing people beats. How important is it to share your work as a producer? Because writing and singing is one part of the art.
Right.
Producing is another part of the
Of
art.
course.
As a producer, what do you recommend producers that are holding on to their beats?
I mean, I'm the type of person I like to have a blueprint plan about everything I do. So right now, I only focus on 3 artists, which is Mando El Pelado, Kai-Lani, and I have another artist named Legit Easy. So those right now are my 3 artists that I focus on. And because of that, to me, I don't really go through those struggles because any beats that I make that I feel like are in their alley, I right away send it to them. And if they want it, boom, they take it. And if they don't, put it back in the vault. You know, but when it comes to like working with people that I don't know like that, I'm the type of person that I like to work with the artist like right next to them. Like, tell me what you're going through. Tell me what's your energy. What type of vibe are you in?
Vibe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then I create something naturally for you. Now, if they say, just show me what you already have, then all right, you know, depending what they're looking for, then I'll show them something. But I'm as of now, I don't really put my stuff out there for the world to just grab it if they want it. You know, I have a lot.
Oh, for sure.
You have a lot.
You know,
You
I have a lot of things in the
You have a
vault,
lot
you
of
know.
good ones.
But like I said, because I'm really focusing on just 3 artists, that's really where I'm at. But I've worked with other people outside of that, but I treat them differently, you know.
And Mando, I want to end the question with you because from the moment that I met you, you've always been a person that bring people together.
Right.
How important is it as an artist to have that kind of motivation in terms of your project?
I mean, there's pros and cons to it, though, right? Because I feel like as an artist, like the true artist, you want to work with people. You want to show your talent, their talent, and mix it in a song, and just so people can just gravitate to that. But I think the tricky part is when the business gets involved. You know what I'm saying? Because you know there's could be issues with another artist when it comes to the way that they work. Like she said, the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? So I think I know both sides of it. I know how it is to work with somebody talented and it can go perfectly. Like, for example, what we're doing right now, this is natural, organic.
Yeah.
And
for
also
real.
working with an artist, you'd be like, damn, okay, he gave me the verse. That's it. I don't want to deal with this person no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how that could be. You know?
Producer, like you don't want to just give your beats to anybody. Like you want to make sure that there's somebody that's gonna do something with it.
Correct.
Right, like
Yeah.
a plan, the promotion,
anybody
the
could
work
buy a
ethic.
beat.
For example, doing this interview, somebody be like, no, I can't make it, or they come mad late. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just that work, that hunger, that you want to be professional when it comes to promoting your record. You don't get that with everybody. So it's important to me to bring people together to work, you know, when it was talented people, especially repping my country, Ecuador. Like that's what we do.
no.
GC, Ecuador en la casa, Ecuador en la casa. But at the same time, you got to be conscious in the business side of it to see who you're going to work with, if it's going to benefit your career and their career as well.
Yeah.
So
You said Eco en la casa, and I don't like to really get into the ethnicity nowadays. You know, nowadays. But you're from Ecuador.
Ecuador.
You're from Ecuador. You don't mind me asking?
No, I don't.
Where you're from?
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Oh, Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey.
Full Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Oh, that's
It's a nice
cool.
collaboration, different countries and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's where I get the your vocal. You have a high pitched note.
yeah.
Where did you learn how to sing?
Just growing up, I just always like singing along to Whitney, Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. I sing that a lot. Mariah, Aaliyah. She's a little bit more deeper, but yeah. I actually think that I always think that I don't have such a high voice. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm more of like in the middle there, but when I hit those high notes,
Damn, I think you do. That's what I'm saying. Like when
Well,
you hit the
yeah.
high notes, like I'm like,
Humbleness.
word.
Very
Like,
humble.
I don't really
very,
do
very,
that.
Very humble person.
like, but
Really sing
but if you
high,
guys hear
but,
it,
you know,
you know,
it needs to come
but if you
out.
listen to Up right now,
yeah, you know.
And I see that you guys have the single. Are we gonna expect a video? Is there a video coming out?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes.
Yeah,
You wanna describe the
really-
video?
oh my gosh! So I'm really excited about this part. We shot it 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. I mean, so the audio is one thing. You can kind of like picture your own scenario going on, but with the video, you get what was kind of behind the scenes of the whole song, and you get like what we envisioned and what we meant when we were writing it. And
Right.
it's just really
So the
So
topic of
excited.
the song is kind of like that toxic relationship, right? Like, for example, in my verse, I'm trying to get the girl back. In her verse, she's trying to get away from the guy. So in the video, we're trying to show that, like, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, like how toxic it could be that you still want to be with that person, but at the same time, you know that that's not right for you.
Normal humans.
Todo el mundo pasa por eso, you know, todo el mundo pasa por eso. So I feel like that shows the audio. You can listen to the lyrics, what we're saying, but the video, you're going to see like dynamic that we have in the video and what we're talking about.
And was the message intentionally, or was the message something that you do normally as an artist? Like when you make a song, do you have to put a message, or you guys wanted to put a message out?
Okay. I mean, I do. I personally,
I know about me.
I do. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure she's gonna probably say something similar. But when I write something, I usually take it from like a little experience of me, and then I can exaggerate it. But it has to mean something to me. You know, when I saw the title that he had on his beat that it said "Missing You," I'm like, damn, who am I missing right now? Like, you know what I mean? And then I started thinking. So it's kind of like something that hits you. You know, it has to mean something for you, especially if you're writing your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely pull from your personal experiences and exaggerate. A lot of it is the exaggeration, or else it wouldn't be that.
That's what makes the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what is amazing is the fact that they didn't know what each other's verses was going to be about, but it automatically worked out with both their verses ended up just
That was crazy.
really meshing well together,
Right.
where it shows that, where he's talking from one point of view of how he wants the relationship, and she's talking like, you know, I gave it everything
Like,
I
I'm
could,
done.
but
I'm
I'm done,
done,
you know?
yeah.
So it's like you see two sides of it, and that's why it's so relatable.
And a lot of the times, one of the greatest hits, it's always like that. You really don't see it coming, or you put a message, and then sometimes people take it as a different one.
Right.
So with that being said, I think that you hit a good one right there.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
are
definitely.
you guys gonna keep collaborating there, or is this just one time song and see where it goes from here?
Definitely future collaborations. I definitely see. We're already working on
Yeah.
one or two things right now. So
So more projects on.
Yeah, there's more projects. I actually got a couple more things coming that me and Ka-Lani are working with, and then me and Mando, we got a couple more together as well.
Yeah.
But I also see something coming about where I'm going to have both of them together again.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I even want to bring something to like the Spanish market to see what she could do, like in a reggaeton or like a
Oh
dance
my
song, to see
gosh,
what she
yeah,
could do
yeah.
to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're mainly
English.
Oh,
yeah.
English. So you collaborating with Mando is something out of the norm.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I know.
wow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, Mando, that shows your vision. I want to go back to the beginning when I said that when I met you, you've always brought people together. You've always had a vision in terms projects, and I've always seen that about you. When you put your videos together, I've been in moments where you do your music, been in moments where you do your, and then I've been in moments where you perform it. So like I feel like I've seen everything about you.
Okay.
Where do we see Mando in 5 years from now?
damn. Definitely
Deep.
keep making music, you know, collaborating with artists. And I was saying this in another interview that I did. Like, I want to take the flag, my flag, Ecuador, and I say it all the time in every interview, to the next level, meaning in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, work with different artists, work with Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and be noticed by that flag, by that tricolor, Ecuador en la casa, you know, like just that, just to show that. And of course, like in a business perspective, work with new artists, label. I want to get into acting as well, you know?
Oh, movies.
Yeah, movies,
You're
shows.
a great actor. You guys will see in the video.
I know. You guys, it's funny because we had like certain scenes that we're like, you know, we had to like act like we
Bicker.
and you know, fighting or like kind of like liked each other. And Ka-Lani was kind of like, oh, I wasn't ready for that.
Right. No,
Oh,
for
you
real.
did that too good. Like, hold on, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
he was like scaring me.
And, but you know, but I like, you know, showing that type of the like that side of the music. You know what I'm saying? The art, the visual of it. So
Ka-Lani. Yes. What do we see a 5-year Ka-Lani from now?
5 years, definitely an album, future collaborations. Yeah. I just want to keep doing it.
music,
Working hard,
music,
working
just
hard.
music.
Yeah.
Word.
And Jay,
GC.
GC. I don't know why I keep calling you Jay.
You know why? Because JC
I called
is
him
so
like that.
common.
Yeah, I called him like
JC
that
is
too
so
when I
common.
first
You're
met him.
very
When I
unique.
first met
Very
him, I was like, yo, oh, it's GC. You know, GC.
I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
unique,
all
my
good.
man.
It's all good.
I wanted to swing the question and the producer because as a producer, I'm a producer myself. When we do beats, I don't want to. I don't want to say singing and writing is one thing and beat is another thing. No, what I want to say is that when you do beats, sometimes you put a lot of beats away.
Yeah.
Tons of beats away.
I don't know how you guys do that.
You put them away.
Yeah, I actually have beats where I had full verses, full songs that they'll never see the light of day. And that hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts.
For a producer who is trying to start now,
Yeah.
what advice you give them?
Honestly, the best advice that I can do is do your homework. You know, learn from everybody that's produced before and be original. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to follow the same patterns that every producer has done, but if anything, learn from them as far as their mistakes and the things that they were able to accomplish. Because I feel like a lot of producers nowadays, everybody pretty much wants to sound the same. Like me personally, I'm a very versatile producer because I come from a very versatile background of music. You know, I started DJing before I started doing anything, and I started DJing at 14 years old.
Once you get that BPM down locked,
exactly.
That's it.
You know, and for me too, is like I grew up with different types of genres too. Like I'm a hip hop kid, but my favorite type of music to DJ is dancehall. So I have a mix of everything, you know. And then I have sisters who always used to play freestyle and R&B and pop. So I pretty much have a knack for everything. So that's why when I make a beat, I don't really like to lock it in with the genre. Like you listen to this beat up right now, a lot of people ask me like, what is it? Is it R&B? Is it a little hip hop? Is it a little pop? Is it this? Is it that? And I'm like, you know what? It's what the artist wants to make it, because I'm also the type of producer that I don't like to outshine the artist. I give the artist a chance to create their melody.
Really important.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's like stepping on toes.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, my beat is gonna be nice.
Yeah.
But I want you to make sure that you are the cherry on top, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny because when we were talking about that like a couple of days ago, like what type of beat is this?
Right.
And he was like, oh, like an R&B.
It's
and he was
genderless.
Like, I was like, yo, I don't really know. But he was like, I feel like the style that you brought is kind of like reggaetonish, and then her style is like R&B.
Well,
so
yeah,
it
that's
kind of made.
yeah,
like,
that's what I
I'm
was saying. I was saying like on this song, it's literally an R&B artist and a reggaeton artist coming together on this neutral beat.
Right.
You know, so and look what happened. You know, it's an amazing song.
No, it's a great song. Amazing. I think you guys should continue to work more. The world should hear more of your instrumentals. And I think you guys all three make a good combination.
Yeah.
The song is amazing. It's
and
amazing.
it happened organically too, though.
So
you know, like it's
organically.
kind of it's not. It wasn't the case that I'm like, yo, Kai-Lani, can you please work with this? Can you do this? Like it was like really, we went to the studio, locked in. We all had a good vibe. We respectful, professional, and it's just literally just happened like that.
Yeah.
The vibe is everything. You remember my old slogan? Well, I still use it. It's always the studio vibe.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah. The vibe is the most important part.
Yeah, really. As
yeah.
soon as we met, I was kind of afraid because, like I said, I had worked with somebody right before we had started our collaboration, and it did not.
Exactly. So
Not that it was bad, but it just wasn't like the chemistry was really not.
and you have those experiences. That's what I was saying about working with people.
And
like
you build from there.
it could be
Yeah.
the most talented person, but sometimes you can't just connect with that person. It could either be work ethic, it could be whatever it is that is something that's blocking from getting into the next level. You know what I'm saying? But once you find that connection, like it's everything.
It really is.
It
It's
is.
so
You know what I mean?
everything.
No, Mando, I would like to let them know the track, where they can get it, name, when they're expecting out the video. Give them everything.
Let's go. Mando El Pelado, quema. So the track is available in all major digital platforms, up right now, featuring Kai-Lani, Mando El Pelado, produced by GC the DJ, and the videos come in March, early March.
Let them know where they can follow you.
Mando El Pelado, at Mando El Pelado, mandoelpelado.com, all social media, Mando El Pelado. You can follow GC. Kai-Lani, you guys gonna give y'all
On Instagram, Kai-Lani, KAILANIIII.
And you can follow me at GC_the DJ 718. You already know Queen's in the building.
Nice.
Quema.
And Mando, I want to thank you for always supporting me. Mando has been a person from day one, from the day we opened the studio. You've always been supporting us. Always. Like, I can never say anything opposite from
Damn, appreciate that.
that you've been a nice person and amazing with us.
And I want to thank you, the fact that because you reached out to me like I'm doing the show, the interviews. I was like, of course I'm gonna be part of it, man. And thank you for having me, my team, help us promote this song. Like it's a privilege. Like I recorded one of my best albums in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Ecuador loves that album. That's Es Complicado EP.
Thank
that was
you for
down
saying
here.
that. Yeah,
Sicario,
congratulations
you know what I'm saying? The whole
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
So you already know, man. Thank you so much.
No. So, Mando, I want to say thank you. Again, guys, thank you for coming out. And don't forget, guys, to hit like, comment, subscribe. Turn on the notification porque estaremos regalando una pasola cuando lleguemos a los 2,000 seguidores. So, yeah.
Okay,
For
I
real.
see.
This is real stuff here. We give it, no, because there's a lot of people
Te oigo,
that say they're giving out stuff, but we really are
Okay,
giving
copy,
out.
copy.
So,
Thank you.
guys, like, comment, subscribe. Follow them everywhere. Todo, de link, todo, everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Twitch.
De todo.
todo. This is the Bebesoundz Show.
Let's go.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
No. Thank you, man. Wow.